It's very educational. For some reason, I remember every little detail.
Those episodes just recently came out too.
Yeah.
So the hotel should know whether he made any calls.
Oh,
On
from
the
this
phone.
room, no calls made.
Yeah.
No calls
So
made.
0 calls were made.
They
Did
know
the people
that.
make calls?
Yes, the other people made numerous calls to non-suspicious, non-interesting places.
Okay.
Yeah, but take a card for coming up with that for the Dana. The Dana gets a card for checking phone records because this is good police procedural stuff.
Yeah.
You guys continue.
Hi.
Ooh.
Everyone draws the card.
Yay!
Yay! You guys continue lurking around the hotel like a bunch of homeless ghosts.
All right, let's find his address.
Do we want to talk to the survivors in the hospital first or research the Teton?
Research the Teton.
It'll take some time.
Research the Teton. said
Research the
lady.
Teton!
The lady has spoken.
Hmm. Where would you like to research the Teton?
They have
Hotel desk.
phones in the
What
lobby.
was he registered as? What was his registration under?
Jacques Saint Teton.
And his address?
They have no
Contact
information on that at all. They pretty much, it looks like somebody just signed in with a name and buggered off.
Who was it paid under?
Cash. This is the kind of high-end hotel that you're suspicious of payments in cash.
But this is where they had their meeting.
Well, yeah, it's a very high-end hotel, but go ahead and give me a evidence analysis roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. You guys are thinking that either the person was known or they were dressed right and gave a large cash prize to, in the tradition of Croesus, to whoever was working the desk that night. You know, because if you give somebody an extra couple $1,000s and say, no ID, just this name, here's the money for the room, and here's a couple $1,000s in your pocket, hail Croesus.
Oh, pieces.
They couldn't have gotten an invite to the meeting that way.
Yes.
True. It's freaky suspicious.
We talked
Maybe
to...
somebody stayed here that wasn't actually Saint Teton.
Take a card. That's reasonable. Yeah.
Let's talk to an event organizer.
I play Obscure Knowledge.
Nice.
You grab a random event organizer. They didn't organize your event, but they are good at organizing random events. Are you wanting a wedding, funeral, both, neither? What are you after here? What about a funeral pirate themed? Yeah.
Funeral Viking theme is already set up.
Ooh. Well, all right. We could have pirates come and siege the ship that before it burst into flame, steal the body and maybe or some of the treasures, and then sail off and then light the boat on fire with the body on it.
Do you know the organizer who took care of the meeting that was destroyed?
I'd
like to get in touch with them.
There wasn't really a lot of organizing. Pretty much just the hotel set up the usual water pitchers and stuff like that, and they sent out for the normal catering food thing. But I heard they got blown up before the catering arrived, which really irritated the caterers. The lizard nods at you like this is the worst thing that's ever happened.
Who is the contact person for this event?
Front desk.
Like,
This is not a hard to figure out event. Not like getting 100 angry pirates together to raid a funeral.
someday. The challenge.
Oh yeah, if you can make a funeral that's pirate themed and is entertaining yet memorializing the sadly departed, he continues trying to push it. You suspect he may have accidentally bought a bunch of pirate shit at some point in his life and he's now working on pushing it off onto somebody else. Can't take a loss on that.
It's a Jacques Saint Titan.
Is there a phone book in the hotel lobby?
Oh yeah, this is the 80s. There's fucking numerous. They're all different colored. They've got different color phone books. They've got
Pay
red,
phones.
yellow, pink, green, taupe. A dark purple one that's hard to read because it's printed in black and it makes no goddamn sense to have a dark purple phone book with the words printed in black. Who the fuck does that?
Do they have payphones?
Yes, lots. They have extra pay phones.
Call 411.
No problem. Yeah, eventually you managed to find the information. I'm sure that it's a completely different, confusing number. It's a lot of fun, though, watching the Slee Stack trying to dig out small coins and hit a small slot with their big-ass claws, though. It's kind of sad in a way. But, yeah, eventually you contact information. Information, may I help you? It's a live voice. This is weird.
Jacques Saint Titan.
What city, please?
Somewhere in Ohio.
I'm sorry, we don't have any listings for Jacques Saint Titan in Ohio. You have another number?
Let's try Virginia.
I'm sorry, we don't have any listings for Virginia.
Maryland?
I'm sorry, you only get 2 per call to information. Please deposit an extra, money, extra 50 cents for 2 more.
Okay.
He puts in some more coins. She seems impressed with how quickly you got the coins in the slot. Normally she has to wait 5-10 minutes. Anyway, you continue trying these states until you've spent several dollars, and she starts telling you you're making up state names and stuff.
Washington, D.C.
That's a made-up name, she says. Yeah, as near as you can tell, if he exists, he does not own a phone.
Bastard.
Yes, his mystery is only exceeded by his inability to be found.
All right. How much money did I use?
$8.
Done.
You curse the lizard phone company for making you keep putting in money.
I sigh loudly and give up on the payphone.
Okay.
Let's just go to the hospital and ask those guys who he was.
All right. Who would you like to interview first at the hospital?
Maya Hanks.
All right. Now, this is what she looks like, but you're going to have to add Slee Stack stuff to her.
Okay.
And her horns painted a cheerful red because female Slee Stacks like to paint their horn, but Earthwomen like to paint their nails. And some Earthmen. But Painting your horn as a male is considered too risque right now. Instead, you should just do a mountain of cocaine and be, more politically correct. Yeah. She sits in her bed. She looks at you. Yes?
Hello.
Hello. She waves a claw at you.
We're investigating the incident.
Are you
So hoping you
with
can
the
help
police?
Not exactly.
She looks at you with her big black eyes. They all have big black eyes.
We're making a report for the higher ups.
Higher ups? Higher than the police?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Boston.
I mean, which organization are you from?
We're independent.
I don't think I want to talk to you.
Please.
No. She folds her sleeve stack arms and then unfolds because she's got a side wound. She says.
I show her my credential.
Oh, insurance adjusters. Yeah, she says.
Hail Croesus.
She goes, all right, well, insurance is important. What can I help you with?
Right. Do you know who Jacques Saint Titan is?
No. I think he was scheduled to be there, though. I'd never heard that name before.
Yeah.
He didn't show up.
He didn't show up. We're
Didn't
trying to
show
figure out why
Yes.
and who it is.
Don't know. I was under the impression that it was somebody who was supposed to be at the meeting but got signed in under a fake name for some reason, but I don't know who or why. But they didn't make it, and I don't know why. Do you think they did it? Oh!
We want to take a look at all the angles.
The angles. I don't have any angles.
Okay.
All right. She
I
looks
noticed there
drowsy.
wasn't anyone from the Treasury Department there.
No,
Or
this
anyone
was a pre-meeting. She begins, give me bureaucracy rolls not to glaze out and just stand there going, Right, Freddie, you guys are just, and it shows her like talking and stuff, and you hear like the fucking slow ass music in the background, and it shows like the shadows move on the floor, and she goes, and that's why we had to do a pre-meeting. And you guys are like, all in unison,
The angle of the dangle is equally proportionate to the heat of the meat, provided that the urge to surge remains constant.
I write that down on my clipboard.
She looks rather tired. She's on some heavy painkillers. She begins drifting off.
Have you ever?
She says,
Anything strange happen just before the blast?
it was just a lunch, same as we do every quarter.
Did your boss have any enemies?
Huh? She says,
Did your boss have any enemies?
no. Nice, man.
Glenn, you might want to hurry this up. She might fall asleep any second.
He
What were you
says,
saying,
she
Dana?
begins softly snoring.
Have you ever met Mr. Teton?
No, what? What?
Have you ever met a Mr. Teton?
Like I said, I think it's a fake name, but I don't know whose.
Was there anyone that usually comes that wasn't there? Do you know their name?
No. It's a lot of times different people and stuff. We just meet with them to figure out. She begins talking again, and you can hear the music beginning to swell up, and you're beginning to fear for your immortal souls. Fortunately, she falls asleep before she can bore you guys into submission.
Wait, why was Skydive involved?
We might have to go to the next hospital room and find the next person.
She's doing the weird, creepy Sleestack snoring thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she talked to you guys a lot, but, you know, unfortunately you asked her some bureaucracy stuff and you didn't really hear the answer. It just sounded like blah, 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 blah in monotone.
Let's find Michelle Forrester.
All right, you guys go over to Michelle Forrester. She works for a place called Skydyne.
What?
Yeah. Oh, Michelle Forrester.
No.
Sorry, wait, no. Oh, that was Michelle Forrester you were just interviewing.
What? She doesn't know anything about Skydive.
You said Renner works for Skydyne and Maya was Renner's assistant.
Yes. Oh, were you trying to interview Maya first? My bad. I had you interview Forrester first because I thought you said Forrester. So that was Forrester you just interviewed. Would you like to go see Maya now?
Yes.
Cool. She's still awake. She works for Skydive.
Hello.
Hello.
We're investigating the incident. We'd like to ask you some questions.
She says, praise the great green arkle seizure that I live.
Praise.
I fear the coming of the great white handkerchief was almost upon me.
Don't say that.
She nods. He says, let us bless him in his alliterative name. Achoo.
Achoo.
Bless you, she says.
Bless you.
Anything strange happen at the meeting?
No. Other than it exploding, absolutely not. No. Well, there was an explosion, she admits. That was very odd.
That doesn't usually happen.
Well, I don't know. This was my first meeting. The Sleestack are extremely... They don't get sarcasm very well.
Did your boss have any enemies?
Well, yes. My guess would be whoever blew him up. Other than that, I don't know.
You don't know who would want to blow him up.
It wasn't me.
Do you know why Skydyne was at this meeting?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
Yes.
Will you do it now?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. She says, we're one of the largest employers in the state. We're a tech company, and so we were invited officially as observers.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know Jacques Saint Titan?
Is he the guy who's on the pizza boxes?
No.
Oh.
He was supposed to be at the meeting, but didn't show up.
Oh, I don't know who all was coming to the meeting. I just know it was us and then some other people. It is our first meeting. And my boss's last. Probably my last two. I'm not really wanting to go to any more of their meetings.
Understandable.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, look at Dana.
She looks at Dana.
I look at me.
I'll look at Dana.
Did I? No.
Everybody looks at her for a while. Some doctor stops in the hallway and looks at her. Continues on.
How long had this meeting been planned?
I don't know. They could have been planning it for years ahead of time. I really don't know. We got the message a couple weeks in advance. The invitation and stuff.
Did you stay in the hotel the night before?
Yes.
What room
Although
were
I
you
did,
in?
I did get a call from the hotel. They said that 3 monkeys that. Sorry. I just heard somebody had been in my room and stuff, and they called and let me know.
Oh, no, we didn't go in your room.
Oh,
What room number were you staying in?
77. It's on the 7th floor.
Was that the same room that we went in that they said Grand Teton was in?
No,
No.
That was 33.
Yes, she says. She
Do you
says,
know anything about Woodbrook Vasili?
that's one of the businesses that was at the meeting and stuff. I think there's some sort of financial guys and stuff. They help represent some of the banking in this place because they deal with finance stuff. I
Is
think
there,
the
like-
great and glorious leader leans on them for things or something. I'm not really sure.
Kind of an advisor role, maybe?
I guess. I don't know. Like I said, it was my first meeting. I was just going to be taking notes, and then there's something that I need you to do for me.
What?
Ask the nurse if I can get more painkillers. It really, really hurts.
Okay.
Thank you. I feel
Did,
tired. I would feel more tired if I had painkillers, though. They're not giving me enough.
Do you know if there was anything unusual in the budget?
No, I didn't hear anything that caused me to go.
Thing that some other group would maybe protest?
I don't know. We hadn't really. We were pretty much doing introductions and things like that, and people were talking about themselves a bit, and also they were talking about a kind of an overlay system where we would begin to, and it shows the same music begin to swell up, and you guys are like, yeah, as she begins letting bureaucratic buzzwords fly at you like ads that are pop up.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, Glenn's like, oh yes, ah yes, the paradigm shifting, oh yes. It sounds like somebody just took a bunch of buzzwords and made a buzz saw out of them. It's just dreadful. They're not even good buzzwords either. You're like, wow, these Leestack are really not good at this stuff. The other two seem to be in some sort of trance, Glenn. They just keep, every now and then they nod and go, in unison.
Freddie, go get her some painkillers.
Freddie seems
Freddie goes and says again to this other lady, the angle of the dangle is equally proportionate to the heat of the meat, provided that the urge to surge remains constant.
That doesn't help with the pain.
Apparently, Freddie, give me a seduction roll.
Oh, I made that, sure.
She looks interested.
I'll go get you some nice painkillers.
Oh, you lovely, lovely monkey. She says,
yes.
why don't you
I'll
stick
get you
around after
I'll
your
get you some.
friends go?
Ooh, it's been so long. I hurry up to get there.
It's the old guy.
Oh!
Yeah, he looks like he's about 180. So, yeah, people are into different things. She maybe has very
175,
specific
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run up and find it.
I still like the noise.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Certainly. She looks at the door with great expectation. You feel disturbed.
And look around in the hall to see what Freddy's doing.
You see him hurrying back with some random pills he picked up somewhere.
Oh, wait, let me make my pharmacy roll.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I pick the right stuff. Nope.
Yeah, if
Some
it doesn't
random
kill her, it might get you off. You don't know.
Yeah.
Some of the pills are even blue colored, so these might be important.
I look at the other two and say, I'm gonna make sure she doesn't run off while you interview the
gonna-
last person.
Go angle and surge.
I'm gonna go teach her geometry. Let me know if you need anything in the other interview room.
Oh.
I go in.
All
And
right.
I keep her company.
I do not.
The worst thing is that Freddy doesn't even close the door.
I close the door
I
and
feel better suddenly. Oh, God.
hang a latex glove on it.
It shows like some other slee stack guy in the room going, oh. She doesn't have a private room. Anyway, it just shows a horrified look on his face as he pulls the blanket over his head. Anyway, meanwhile, you guys go visit the last guy, Ashraf Bright.
Okay.
And he's a younger guy. It looks like his arm is a little bit messed up, but he's looking annoyed. He's like, I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Oh. Do you call
John
in?
was supposed to be serving stuff, but he went home sick.
Who, John?
Yeah.
How long have you known John?
Yeah, a couple months. He's an okay worker, but a pain in the ass. Tried to unionize dishwashing staff. Always talking about how he can't stand the clientele.
So he's new there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the morning of the explosion, he came in for 20 minutes, and they said his stomach was upset, and he left. And that's why I was serving water, and then boom! And I got water pitcher. Everybody give me a listen roll. You see Glenn like wishing his ears stopped working as one eye begins twitching. Something about shoot me with your crossbow, throw your net on me, something.
I'm using the artifact as well, by the way.
Take a guard, you sick bastard.
There should probably be some pirate roleplay in there, right?
You've got Slee Stack maxed out already, don't you?
I have a lot of stuff mapped
And
out.
gross out, great.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're absolutely fine. Yeah, you're doing strange things in there. The other Slee Stack guy is like, shows him like trying to up his drip to the point where he passes out and shit, and hitting the nurse call button and stuff, and nobody's answering.
I can see why Kenny does this all the time.
Okay.
So, does John have a last name?
Bowden. Look,
Bowser.
I know it sounds ominous and stuff, but he's annoying, but he's not a terrorist.
I'm sorry, could you spell that?
Bowden.
Bowden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goddamn
So-
non-English. Learn English. He says.
Did you see anything strange before the meeting? During the meeting?
Yes. There was this brilliant white and red light. Huge noise.
Before the blast.
Oh. No.
What did John do while I was there?
Server. He served stuff. Water.
He served
soda.
in the meeting?
Yes, of course. That's why I had to go and serve stuff in there, is because he left.
Do you know who was the first person in the room that morning?
No. I mean, have you seen the security?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yes. It's worse than that. There was actually a couple of servers fired 3-4 months ago for having sex on top of that table just before a meeting. They came in, they found the fucking eggs, they got fired.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't drop eggs in there. People will notice. Shows this fucking huge egg on the table while he sleeps there.
Empathy?
He seems jovial.
Do you know anything about what the meeting was about?
Corporate stuff, I think. Not sure. They're all dressed like corporates. Not the buildings, but the people. If they came in dressed as buildings, that'd be a whole different kind of meeting. What are you? I'm a aerodrome. Wow.
I am Art Deco.
Exactly. I bet you could organize a better, more interesting meeting than these bastards. Plus, there's that one creepy guy who came by just before the meeting started and stuff, trying to see if we could turn it into some sort of pirate theme meeting. I told him it was too late to change the venue.
That sounds like something unusual before the blast.
Nah, no, he does that every meeting.
Who's that?
He tells you about the guy that you were talking to earlier.
I met him. He wanted to throw a pirate anything.
Yes. He's been doing that for weeks now. Word has it he accidentally bought a bunch of pirate stuff and then they canceled the pirate party and he's still got it, and so he's trying to get rid of it somehow.
Yar.
Sounds like he may have something better. Everybody give me a listen roll.
I don't wanna.
It's better if you fail it. I'm not going to ask for a sandy roll, but you guys both hear Freddy scream in a very excited voice, "At you!"
Wow.
And you're thinking romance was dead. Ha! It's not. It's just
Sounds like
creepy.
he's done.
Oh God, it's just horrifying. So many levels.
You ever heard of Jacques Saint Titan?
I saw a name tag for one on the table. You know how they put the little tag so you can tell where you're supposed to sit. I thought it was a stupid name, so I remembered it.
Do you know?
Isn't there a Saint Teton Mountain or something?
I think there's a Grand Teton Mountain.
Why is it grand?
It's big.
That would explain the whole mountain part. Did you guys hear somebody yelling, "Blessing of the Great Green Arkle Seizure"?
Nope.
Didn't hear anything.
Then I didn't either, he says.
Were they particular about the seating arrangements?
Well, of course, everybody had their tags out on the table and stuff. You always do that.
Did they have the servers arrange those?
No, I think it was set up a long time in advance.
Do you know if there have been any changes from other meetings?
I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to shit. As long as we get it right, everybody doesn't care. They send us where they want people to sit. We put out the things, make sure it's right, make sure they have water, coffee, soda, alcohol, not cocaine, whatever. By the way, you guys, I'm assuming you're cops or something. You're not reporters, are you? If you are reporters, officially have no comment on anything. Other than it was a tragedy for us all. And especially for the brave servers who risk their lives every day, making sure that they have coffee and tea and water.
We're not reporters.
You sure?
Yes.
He looks disappointed.
So you don't know who did the seating arrangement or when?
I think probably the companies or something. I don't know. We get printouts of where people are supposed to sit. We set it up that way. We don't question, hey, who sent us this seating chart? We don't give a shit. We just do what we're told. We set it up. You know, do you think I'm going to be getting danger pay for this? Shit.
Where do you keep the printouts?
We don't. We get them from the front desk, and they go, it's this meeting. We look at it, we set it up, throw it out, move on. It's just a seating chart.
Okay.
But if you find, if you do go question Boughton, you tell him he owes me $350.
$350?
That's right.
Okay. Do you know where he lives?
No, maybe a house, maybe an apartment. I'm not really sure.
Got his phone number?
No, we're not friends.
Okay.
Hotel might.
I look at Dana.
He looks at Dana. Oh shit, it's starting over again. Freddie walks in, adjusting his pants. He looks at Dana. The guy laying in the bed looks at Dana harder.
I thought I got it before. Some applesauce? What is it?
What's that smell? Says the guy. Give me
Thank
smell
you
rolls.
for your time.
Cool. Give me smell rolls, please. Try to fail. You just want to fail. Oh my God, Glenn, you're like, oh, it's that smell I got. Jesus Christ, it smells like somebody fucked a gecko.
I feel 100 years younger.
Wow.
I'd put him at 87. Anyway. Where to?
All right, we go back to the car. And we talk.
Holy shit, your car's been stolen. Oh, wait, there it is. It's on the side. Cool, you guys go.
Blah.
Blah.
Oh, God, both of you guys give me sandy rolls.
Oh, I've got Sleestack maxed out.
Oh, do you have gross out maxed out?
No.
It's a very minor sandy roll, but he epically describes his latest Sleestack sexual conquest with you. It's horrifying, and you wish you would stop. But you're okay.
Fine.
Did Dana have gross out and Sleestack maxed out?
I'm putting my fingers in my ears. No.
It shows him sitting there going,
No. I'm doing sit-ups.
Oh,
No.
oh, we did that too.
Can't hear it. Can't see it.
Oh yeah, it just shows Freddie pantomiming the most horrifying thing, and it shows like the camera angle, like somebody's doing sit-ups, going yeah. Right after some really innovative camera work, he's finished up with his report. Yeah.
Do we want to go back to the hotel and see if we can find the seating chart in the garbage? Or do we want to go after Bowden?
The hotel is literally right over there, just so you're aware. It's like you can.
Oh,
I mean, you're at the car, which is in the parking lot of the hotel.
Whatever you say,
You
Chief.
could literally
Okay.
throw rocks at the
Yeah.
hotel.
let's go in there.
No problem. You go in and give me a luck roll, Scott. Now you're gonna ask fucking Freddy for his luck roll. He's already gotten lucky.
Ooh.
You dig out the seating chart. It matches the information you have. The janitor comes by. He's like, "Stop stealing my stuff!" And he takes the rest of the garbage and glares at you as you put it in.
Does it look like anything was changed at the last minute?
No. Well, if it was, it's impossible to tell. It looks like they printed out, like, we want the seats like this now, 80s style. So it's got that form feed on the sides and shit. And it has, like, just, yeah, exactly. Because we thought that would be around forever. For some reason, Logan cannot figure out. Because even during the 80s, I didn't think that shit would be around forever. But there we go.
Okay. So nothing's scribbled out and changed.
No.
Like, okay.
Quick thing, I'm gonna play group training, and
What does that do?
everyone take a check in something above learn. I don't know, what do you want?
Just call it off, Freddie. Otherwise, there'll be a half-hour negotiation.
Alright, let's say, large modern land. Do you guys have that? Above learn?
Has to be above learn, but
Yeah.
below.
No, it can be, no, just above learn. That's it.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dana has large modern land. She's a truck driver.
Oh, no. Medium. That's
Oh,
different.
Alright, in that case, let's do Constitution. Okay.
How about large futuristic space?
I do have that actually, above learn. Glenn, do you want to do that?
Finally got that up to professional.
Alright, let's take a check on that then.
Large futuristic space. The
Ta-da.
final frontier. Congratulations. These are the voyages of you guys. Shows you guys in a fucking van.
Tuck and roll.
Glenn floats away from the van. Okay.
And while we're doing that, I still had the Happy Pie thing.
Well, just get rid of the card, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Pie.
If you haven't drawn for Happy Pie, do so.
Somebody draws one.
Yes.
I've already drawn, so I'm fine.
Now it's hanging. It's part of the.
Don't worry, I hate it.
Heavy ordnance is for heavy weapons? Or something else?
No, heavy weapons. At last, you can fulfill your dreams of firing a huge crew-mounted weapon. Crew-served weapon. Sorry. Mounted crew-served weapon.
All right.
Crew-mounted weapon is perverted. And against
I'll ask
nature.
around
Pretty
about
is
Bowden
against nature.
at the hotel.
Yeah, they after seeing your ID and that tape is like your picture's working on peeling off, and you're like, they're like, they give you his address on file.
Okay. Did you know him?
He worked here. He's worked here so far for a few weeks. He's under performing employee, and he didn't Unless he gets his shit together, he's not going to be long for here. No, this is the Griffin. We demand better service. And less explosions.
Have to work on that.
Yes, we have a lot of work to do, but don't worry, we are even now developing a slideshow presentation on how we want to decrease our explosions by the same quarter, next quarter.
Is it just a picture of the dead bodies with a big circle slash?
Take a card, that sounds like a good idea. Scott, discard one of your cards. You got too many.
No.
Well, I have a play immediately.
Oh,
Not.
which one?
Have the ordinance.
It is discard a piece of gear.
Freddie likes that card. You should try to get him to take it instead.
Try it and see what happens.
Can I lose my clipboard? It's the thing I've used this session.
It is the only thing you've used this session. Yes, she's managed to lose her clipboard already. You begin to see why people have to sign for these things. You can't believe
And it
that.
has
It's important.
it has Freddie's poem on it too. Now that's just could be anywhere.
Don't worry.
Whoa.
I have it memorized.
Yikes.
Could fall into the wrong hands.
Or the right hand. Those are powerful words, as I demonstrated.
The right claws.
No problem. And, meanwhile, as you're standing there, you're wondering if back at the hospital some nurses come into the room and found a fucking egg laying there. No! How did this happen? Lady's sitting there with one breast going, I don't know, it's not mine.
The cycle of life.
Cool. Oh yeah. And soon a little flea stack Freddy wandering around, that would be some shit there. That's what
Roll
he needs.
sanity for half Slee stack.
Oh yeah. Well, these Slee stack do have hair and shit, so it's kind of closer to human than the pictures, which is alarming. Their hair grows around their horn. It looks ridiculous.
Okay. Should we go shake down Bowden or try to research him first?
Let's research first.
Yay, research.
Where would you like to research?
I don't know.
Would you like to go to a public library to find out about some nobody server, perhaps? Oh. Would you like to go on
Maybe,
1980s computers and go chunk it, chunk it, chunk it, chunk it?
Yes.
Cool.
See if he was in the paper, if he was arrested for something.
Those are very different places in the 80s because keep in mind that bulletin boards
It's in the newspaper.
rule. So you're wanting to go to a newspaper archive?
They don't have newspapers at the library.
They do, but they're harder to. Well, no, it's all hard to research because keep in mind it could suck up the entire day as you're manually going through stacks of newspapers, and you'll get through very little. Just going, do I see his name in this newspaper? No. Fold it up neatly, put it to one side. How about this newspaper? No. God damn it. Yeah, that was half an hour of my life gone. How about this newspaper? Yeah, newspaper research sucks a cock, dude. I've had to do it before. It's slow as shit. Unless they're frontline news, like Japanese bomb Pearl Harbor. You normally don't have to go through that many issues to find it. You know what date it is. It's a big front page thing. Unless you have a newspaper clipping service, that's a whole different deal because those guys are hired back in Glenn's time to, like, I want any strange occultic articles cut out, and they fucking charge you monthly for the service, and they get newspapers in, and they charge you more depending on how many newspapers they go through looking for strange occultic things, and then you get this fucking box of clippings. And then you have to go through it and read them. Man finds Ouija board in garden. Yay, thanks,
On
buddy.
second thought, maybe we don't research.
Yeah. Researching pre-internet sucks ass.
Well, there is internet, but it's bad.
Yeah, okay. Bulletin boards. I mean, even trying to search bulletin boards is pretty horrible. Because they don't have, like, a really convenient search engine. It's like, I know the address of some dark site. Well, it's all dark with green on it. Because that won't make you go blind. Having weird Sleestack sex, that'll make you go blind.
That'll make you see better.
La, 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 la.
Okay.
Go knock on a door.
Yeah.
You guys cruise over to the place and you knock on the door, and you guy goes, who is it?
Hi. My name's Glenn.
Glenn's not here, man.
Looking for John.
He opens up the door a little bit, no chain on it, and he goes, oh, suits, he says.
Stick
and
my foot in it.
My foot in it.
You guys, like, shows her stepping on Glenn's foot. He's like, and you hear a bunch of activity behind the door and can't see anything. Things
Push
are
it
happening.
open.
Huh?
Ah!
Right, give me a strength roll to push the door open. Oh no, says the guy who you're pushing the door open from. Right, you barely manage to push it open. He stumbles back. You see some guys are hiding. It looks like the sticks used for the hot dog on a stick. What the hell is it called? Where it's covered in stuff. It's,
Corn dog.
Right, like a corn dog stick, except for the part that normally has a corn dog seems to be white, and they're hiding them and shit. And they're like guys covering a tray of them. They're all like looking like we're not doing anything wrong, and they appear to be a bunch of Sleestack, maybe young Sleestack. You're not really sure, and all appear to be male. There's like 6 of them in here, and they're like, actually, they can't move their eyes around. They're big black things. They're going.
Yikes.
Oh, Glenn's not here, says the guy at the door.
Looking for John Bowden.
He's not here either. Maybe he's with Glenn.
Empathy.
He seems nervous.
I don't believe you.
He says. They're 3 of them are hiding something behind their back, and one is like got some sort of cloth over a tray or something, and he's like trying to act super casual while making sure the cloth stays on the tray.
I take a big whiff of the air, Logan. What's it smell like?
I will message you because it's too horrifying for Dana to deal with.
Do I hear him smelling?
What?
Possibly. He does go.
Yeah. What is that? I don't know.
Could be cocaine, the devil's dandruff. You
Check
miss
out
it. It is the 80s.
Cigarette lighter.
They look at it.
You guys want to smoke?
Ew. They say.
I shake my head at Glenn.
Glenn's not here, man, says the guy at the front door.
I'll just turn to Glenn and say, NACI.
What?
That's right.
Everybody else goes,
NACI.
they look at each other in complete confusion.
I just kind of fidget with the lighter.
They watch it.
I'll try to ingratiate myself with them by sitting down and being
Disappeared.
like, "So crazy thing happened
Wow,
at
they
the
say.
hotel."
Wow. Where did that lighter go that he had? It's gone.
It's gone.
He'll tell you what he knows if you tell us what you know.
We don't know anything. Glenn's not here, man, says the guy at the front door, still holding it open. You notice one of the guys you're sitting next to has got his hand behind his back. He's obviously holding something he does not want you to see. He's as obvious as a 4-year-old who has stolen a big fucking cookie and is holding it behind his back, hoping you don't catch it.
All right.
Cool.
Great.
Everybody begins to relax. So you'll be leaving then, right?
I say something to Glenn in French. Or try to.
He begins jabbering at you in French. Oh my gosh, he's not speaking Sleestack right. He's broken. Monkeys are bad at it. Don't judge the monkey, man. Don't call him a monkey, man. Don't call me a man, monkey. Don't call me a monkey, etc.
Oh, amazing. Okay. Freddy says to Glenn in French, "It smells like salt." I think they're doing salt.
I thought they were making bombs.
What? No, you don't need to do that.
That's my.
Oh, is
I'm
that your
speaking in
French?
French.
Oh, fair. Continue on. Or you can speak with an outrageous French accent, because the French people like that when you do that. Makes them
Well,
happy.
Oh, oui, oui.
Perfect. You don't even know what language they're speaking. It's not good. Not ideal. It's like, is that Arabic? They look at you nervously. And no, you're thinking there's no bomb making stuff here. There's a tray of stuff, but it didn't look like bombs.
You think they're making sausages?
Looking with the streetwise, well, what would I know about the thing you sent the message to me?
They're probably doing salt licks, which is like a very mild buzz. It's about it rates underneath marijuana. It rates like about light beer in American
okay.
youth.
I say that to Glenn in French.
Give me a new French roll, Glenn, as you only have French as a hobbyist, and he's trying to describe the joys of light beer, which any real Frenchman will tell you is
Aha!
Yeah.
Despite it being an affront against God, nature, and the old French monarchy, he uses correct words.
I'll do that.
This is some sort of drug operation.
Frey goes back to posing dramatically. It doesn't look that. It looks like a bunch of guys sitting around doing stuff. Dana, give me a seduction roll to ingratiate yourself with them. This is not for necessarily seducing them, but just trying to be one of the lizard boys. They are not buying it at all. Yeah, they're not buying it.